Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode in my series on The Witcher lore. If this is my first video you're watching, then hello and welcome. My name is OKGov and I'm here to do the best job I can in explaining the lore of The Witcher world. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'll explain that all a bit later on, but for now, in the last episode we looked at Oxenfurt, and today I'm going to take you to see Kaer Morhen. The location of the keep itself lies at the foot of the Blue Mountains in Kaedwen near the Gwenlich River. However, the keep can only be reached by following the Witcher's Trail, which is a steep, treacherous path that winds its way towards the ruins. This path was once named the Killer by young Witcher recruits that had to constantly run up and down it in order to reach the fort itself. Kaer Morhen has been the home and stronghold to the witches from the School of the Wolf for centuries past, and even today is the home to the remnants of the school. It is speculated that it was built as an elven settlement, but like many others was abandoned when humans began populating the land. Since then it has been under human control, passing through many hands, and due to its location became the home to the Wolf School for many centuries. During the school's peak of existence, witches were educated there to become professional monster slayers, undergoing training named the Gauntlet and vigorous mutations to alter their bodies. These mutations were known as the Trial of the Grasses, and for years had been forced upon the students from the various witcher schools. Reportedly, only 3 in 10 students survived this trial. The School of the Wolf was one of the most influential and respected schools, being one of the better known due to the witches who came from it, Geralt of Rivia included. However, at some point in time, propaganda was spread by a renegade mage who stated that witches were abominations of humanity, and hence fanatical followers took it upon themselves to hunt witches down and kill them. They murdered travelling witches, tricked others with false contracts, and eventually grew bold enough into attacking Kaer Morhen itself. The following battle for the stronghold led to the deaths of many. Be they student or teacher, most witches were killed and the school became obsolete, no new students being taken on for training and no recruitments being made. The lack of new witches is largely due to the death of the mages at Kaer Morhen. These mages closely guarded the secrets to the Trial of the Grasses. Since their deaths, the know-how and the knowledge on the mutations have been lost, hence why there have been no new witches. As to why the renegade mage wanted to kill the witches in the first place, it is largely due to him wanting to take the secrets from such witcher experiments for himself, which as far as I can tell he failed to do so despite sieging the entire fortress. The battle was so bad that the bones of the dead remain at the bottom of the moat surrounding the stronghold, left there as a reminder of the massacre that was born from hatred directed to those who were different. As to how witches of all warriors could be overwhelmed and killed, it was simply a question of numbers. According to sources, Kaer Morhen was once home to 23 witches and 40 students before it was attacked by overwhelming odds. The name Kaer Morhen itself comes from the language of elves, the original Kaer Morhen, the original Kaer Morhen. I need your help. There's an elven pronunciation here, Kaer Morhen. Kaer Morhen.
I think.
Morhen. No, it sounds about right. It sounds elvish anyway.
I'm not
Kaer
sure how to
Morhen.
read the H.
Morhen. I
But in
know,
English
it's not
silent.
the same as Tolkien's elvish,
No.
so it's going to be very different.
Morhen?
It's like
with an H, with a G, or Morhen.
Morhen.
Kaer Morhen.
Kaer Morhen.
Which kind of makes more sense because it's Kaer Morhen
Yeah, that's
with a
about.
soft H.
Yeah, so I mean, it wouldn't translate to anything harder, would it? Well, I think it's probably Kaer Morhen. Morhen.
I think.
Okay. The name Kaer Morhen comes from the language of elves. The original Kaer Morhen translates into Old Sea Fortress, named for the abundance of fossilized sea creatures entrenched in the stones on which it was built. Kaer Morhen in its current state, despite being a ruin, is looked after by the witches who remain there. In fact, the witches try their best to make sure it looks like a ruin in order to avoid repeating history, meaning they don't really want to be attacked by a bunch of fanatics again. After all, if it seems abandoned, it's less likely to draw unwanted attention, and along with tales and rumours of spectres being spread through the land, none would dare venture near. It is closely guarded, but that is often unnecessary as very few people know about its existence. Since the battle for the stronghold, it is speculated that any local folk who knew anything about it had their minds erased via magic, along with any who may have known too much or may have had ill intent. Hence why its location is that of a massive secret and known largely only by witches and their closest friends. There are a few different locations inside of Kaer Morhen Valley, but most of them are pretty abandoned and there's nothing particularly special about them except for maybe the ruined watchtower and the bastion, which was basically kept there as a place for Witcher trainees to, well, train, and there was also the gauntlet which they would run up in the mountains. So there you have it guys, a brief look at Kaer Morhen and her history. Firstly, I'd like to say sorry for not uploading for so long, but I've had very limited access to Wi-Fi and I've needed to take this time off for various different reasons, which I'm sure some of you already know about. And secondly, I'm going to apologise in advance because I won't be able to continue with regular uploads until September. There might be one or two smaller videos along the way, but I'm not too sure about that yet, and there's only one way to find out, so we'll see what happens. I will be back soon though, and I'm going to up the quality and bring in some new ideas, so please stick around and I promise I'll do my best to make it worth your while. Thank you all truly for being so patient, and if you want to have updates to what's going on, then I'll be posting more on my Twitter than I have been for the last month, and I will also be posting on the Discord server, and both links for those are down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, stay subscribed for more, and a massive thank you to all those supporting me on Patreon and all those who are just leaving comments and saying hi, and it's just awesome, so thank you so much, and until the next one, this has been OK Gov there. You are going to have a wonderful day. Cranberries.